So I'll cover three areas here. First will be a quick look at the Mac market, our approach to that, and then talk about some of the new products. So the first thing we see is that the Mac market is absolutely booming. If we look at the growth over the last 3 years globally, from running at around somewhere around 400,000 units a quarter, the MacBook market's more than 1.6 million units a quarter. So 4 times growth in the last 3 years, and over 50% year-on-year growth rate. So a really exciting and growing market space. So we've spent several $1 million really understanding Mac users and their profile. And these are some of the key findings we found about people that own a Mac. They have a high level of openness, low dogmatism, low modesty, high superiority. They really generally feel they're better than the average, and very perfectionist. So they really have a high level of perfectionism. And when we look at the type of products that they want, and you can see from the MacBook itself, they really want a product that's unique, that's sophisticated, has great style, great design, and is modern and contemporary. So in understanding that about Mac users, we set our design team to design some products specifically for Mac users. And some of the principles we followed are here. First, the products had to be very organic in form, so like very natural type of shapes and design. Had to be simple to use, so similar to like the Mac products with a single button and so forth. Very simple, straightforward product. And then Mac-centric as far as fitting in to the Mac environment. So we designed these products just for Mac, not for anything else. So they're specifically for Mac. They're not just PC products that are adapted to Mac. They're developed from the ground up for the Mac user. So we'll talk about some of the products now. There's 6 products. First is the file share cable. And this allows you to transfer your files between MacBooks or between a PC and a Mac. So there's no other product that can do this in such a straightforward and intelligent way. And we see a lot of PC users switching to MacBook. And one of the challenges is how do they move everything across from one to the other. And what we have here is a solution where you don't need any drivers. All the intelligence is inside the cable housing here. There's some electronics there, so you don't need a driver, and you can just drag and drop from your PC to your Mac or from your Mac to your Mac. So the migration is very straightforward. Okay, moving to the Chill Mat, which is this product here. The first thing we did in designing the Chill Mat was to study the heat distribution for the MacBook products. And if you look here, we looked at the 4 models of MacBook that are on the market and looked where the heat was generated. So the MacBooks are generally very thin and they get very hot. And so we studied where those hot spots were. And then we overlaid those, as you can see here, to see where the maximum heat was coming from a MacBook. And so we then designed the Chill Mat with the fans in that specific location to actually draw the heat away from the MacBook very directly. And so you'll see this is the only Chill Mat that does that on the market, designed specifically for the MacBook. Most of the other Chill Mats around have the fans down here or in the center, and not in this specific area. So that's one key design feature of the Chill Mat. There are some others. You've got this soft mesh bottom underneath, so it's very comfortable to sit on your lap with that. You can see there's some raised feet here to stop the MacBook slipping off, and it has a nice elevated angle, so you can work at quite a natural, in a natural posture. So we see huge growth in this category at the moment. Like I said before, there's a lot of different uses for laptops now. They're not just being used in the office, they're being used in the home, they're being used in all sorts of places, and people have them on their lap, and they are getting hotter, so there's a lot of opportunity in this category. Okay, next one, the USB hub. A very simple product, but we've been able to add some value and some design elements to this hub. It has 4 ports, standard. One of the key features is this special wraparound cable that wraps around the hub and then closes very neatly, like you can see here. And that protects the hubs and protects the unit. You know, when it's in a notebook bag or you're throwing it in, you're traveling, and you have that rubber around the outside of the hub. So, not that much to say about it, but a very neat, very well received product by Mac users. Okay, this is one of the really big products that we're launching, and that's the wireless mouse product, which is this product here. What we have is the evolution of a mouse for the first time away from a scroll wheel towards an optical sensor. So you actually see here there's no moving part. It's using a light sensor, and when you start using this, you won't want to use anything else. It's extremely easy to use. It's very simple. It's is the latest technology in mouse, latest mouse technology, I guess. So what you have on the side, you have 2 programmable buttons. So specifically synced in to the Mac operating system. So you can launch iTunes or launch some application directly from here. Run Apple script. Any shortcuts that you want can be programmed to these buttons. And you have a very small dongle that comes with the mouse. So it just goes into the side of the laptop and doesn't protrude like the regular size dongle. So we have a micro dongle here. And that small dongle can't get lost. You can store it inside the mouse casing as well. And it has up to 6 months of battery life. So as we know, the standard Apple mouse has only claims 3 months of battery life. And that is feedback we got from Mac users is they're not satisfied with that, and they wanted longer battery life. So we have that built in here. So even more exciting than that is the Bluetooth version of the mouse, which has all the same features of the wireless mouse, except of course uses Bluetooth. So there's no dongle needed. So it just connects directly to the MacBook, and is the ultimate in convenience and portability for the MacBook user, and also using laser technology in this mouse as well. So it really is the latest, highest tech mouse available for MacBook users. And again, up to 6 months of battery life. Okay, we'll talk about the presenter. This is the world's only Mac presenter. Okay, so there are other presenters that may work with the Mac, but they're not designed specifically for the Mac or the Mac user. So again, we have the optical sensor on top, so you can control the cursor just like a mouse remotely. So you can actually operate your computer remotely using the presenter. You have a very convenient backward and forward buttons here that you can feel without looking. The buttons are raised here, and so we see with a lot of presenters, when you watch a presentation, often people press the wrong button or they don't know where they are, and they tend to bounce out of the presentation or in. Here you can't get lost, so it's very simple to go backward and forward with this. Volume control on the side, a laser pointer coming out here. And you can darken the screen with this button here. So if you want the attention away from the screen for a second, you can just press the button and the screen will darken. And then you can go, then come back to light it up again and carry on. So as well as traditional corporate presentation usage, we see for Mac users it being used to control multimedia. So we know a lot of Mac users have got like the big screen, and with the presenter you can sit back and control your iTunes, control movies, watch, do all sorts of things with the mouse functionality of the presenter, sitting back from the screen. And of course, no dongle needed, so you're not going to lose a dongle. It's Bluetooth, just connects directly. So that really covers the Mac accessories. The last point we make is, we've taken very particular care with the packaging for this product. It's completely different from any packaging we've done before. You can see the traditional Targus packaging is much more tech, more functional, more for PC users. But with the Mac products, we've made very, very simple, very elegant, more Mac-centric type of packaging approach. Our products will be available, in Korea in February.